Hey everyone, welcome back to another Dimension X digital toy review. It's been like a week and a half since I did an actual review, other than that Target walkthrough for the restock. But yeah, I was able to grab something today that I've been really looking forward to. So this is the NECA 1954 Godzilla poster edition. Technically, I guess you could say it's a 56 Godzilla because that's when the American version was released. So if you want to get technical, I guess you could say the 56 version Godzilla. However, it's a 54. Now, the NECA has already done a 54 version of Godzilla. Now, as far as I know, this is just a repaint of that same figure. However, that figure is really nice, and if you missed out on a chance to get it, or maybe you're not a fan of like the black and white looking figures, like you want something that pops a little more, then this one might be up your alley. But now one of the cool things about this one is the packaging and what you can do with it, so we'll get into that. So let's start off and look at the box first, because I mean, this is awesome. This is the 1956 American poster, and I mean, just look at it. I mean, what a masterpiece, you know? I mean, they really were trying to sell this movie when you look, I mean, look at all this stuff. Raging through the world on a rampage of destruction, Godzilla, it's alive. I mean, they throw everything on this poster. Spawned in the ocean's depths, it stalks the earth, belching fire that blasts mighty cities into oblivion, a gory Goliath that lives to kill, kills to live, diabolical demon of destruction, mightiest monster of them all, Godzilla. And that's trademarked, which is weird because everyone says king of the monsters, not mightiest monster of them all. And then awesome, and then some. So yeah, they really threw it all on this poster. But I mean, look at the detail on that. I mean, you know, he's grabbing trains. There's people falling out of it. There's people getting burned up, falling out of his hands. Jets shooting him, man getting shot out of the air. Let's see, you got a bunch of people running around, a bunch of army guys. That it's kind of confusing. It looks kind of like the ocean is falling into something else. I don't know. Burning cities, it's got it all. But yeah, this is so cool. And then a nice big retro logo on the side, and here's a shot of the figure itself. Now you'll notice that the colors of this are very different. Of course, it's based on the poster art. Let's see, authentic color scheme just like the 56 poster, spectacular thrills, savage actions, diabolical demon, belching fire, dynamic violence. So yeah, I guess NECA was, I think they're really going for it on this one. Surging up from the depths of the sea on a tidal wave of terror to wreak vengeance to mankind, it's Godzilla, king of the monsters. Jet planes cannot destroy it, bombs cannot kill it, all modern weapons fail. Is this the end of our civilization? Can the scientists of the world find a way to stop this creature? It's a tale to stun the mind, more terrifying than any ever shown on the screen. And yeah, it even has a Toho logo, and you know, the Godzilla, you know, when they do like on the back of the movies, they'll show like which monster is in the movie. Side on this one's the same, and it doesn't tell you what comes in this one, like some of the other ones. Now again, I'm really unclear about what the price of this is going to be, because it looks like a deluxe figure. It has a really big box. However, I think it only comes with the figure and his fire, so I don't know if it's going to be $23.99 like the standard Godzillas, or if it's going to be like a $27.99 like one of the deluxe NECA figures. So I can't tell you. I would think it's going to be 23, but I don't know, because the King Kong, the 62, the King Kong versus Godzilla version is $23 and comes in a box about this size. I got this one at a local shop that he tends to get NECA stuff about a week or two earlier than Target, and I really wanted to do a video on this, so I paid a little extra. I paid $30 for this. But yeah, let's open them up. And this is really cool. So this is the figure itself, kind of imposed into the art, so you can see how closely it matches. And then here's the figure itself, still in the box, and it kind of does the same thing. It kind of lets you. It kind of looks like the poster already, but now what you can do with this is pretty cool. One thing I should mention is the tab is the normal, or is the new NECA embedded tab, and mine is bent down. It probably happened during shipping, but again, like I said, if that's there's some people who really are not happy about these new tabs. Some people don't care. I'm one of the people that's kind of indifferent on it. So let's open this guy up. I'm gonna try to keep it in good shape, though. This is such a cool box. I don't want to damage it, you know. It's one of the few figures I actually think the box is really one of the selling points. Of course, it's going to be impossible to get out without ripping. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's slide him out. Let's see. Looks like there's some instructions in here too. Sorry for the dead video here. All right, so let's look at the figure itself. There he is, and God, that paint job is pretty awesome. So let me clip these. Let me get rid of the plastic that's holding them in. We'll get this guy out of here. Yeah, people have praised the 54 NECA Godzilla figure since it came out. It really is one of their better Godzilla figures. The likeness is really spot on. The proportions are really nice as well, and it's a bit of a bigger scale than the Monster Arts 54, which I unfortunately cannot show you. I wanted to compare the two, but I actually just got rid of my 54 Monster Art Godzilla during my collection purge I've been talking about, trying to get some more funding for for some more projects that I have planned for the channel. So let's get him out. Alright, take the fire effect out. Alright, and you gotta pop his tail on. Comes with the instructions saying to get it wet. I don't think we need to worry about that. Here, let me pop it on. Come on. Okay, maybe we do need to get it wet. So here, let's do it on camera so you can see what you guys are in for trying to do this when you pick up yours. Come on, almost got it. There we go, got it. All right, so let's get him standing. Let's have him looking forward. There we are. All right, so there you go. Let's get him in focus. Get rid of some of this extra junk. And yeah, you can see the paint job on him is really, really cool. They got some of the shadowing kind of embedded in, or integrated, and not embedded, integrated into it. What is it? The kind of pink orangish dorsal fins. I really, really like the two-tone green on here. If you look at it, there's like at least 2 shades green: black, green, light green, and then I mean, and his proportions on his face are great. Really is a really good looking 54. I'd say the snout is maybe a little less accurate than if you're looking at maybe the Monster Arts version. The Monster Arts version actually is really, really fantastic. It's about perfect, but we did a review on that before. So if you want to take a look at the 54 version that the Monster Arts has, look down in my videos. It's there somewhere. I looked at a couple Monster Arts in that one, but this is really cool, and and I do like how I do like the proportions of the NECA one too. He's a little bit beefier. It's a little more like kind of what you would expect, and his articulation is actually really nice. So if somebody has the original release of the 54, let me know how the articulation compares to this, because I do not have the original NECA release. So if this is a new sculpt in any way, let me know. But I mean, he's got a lot of articulation. He's got it in his tail here, kind of bendy at the. This is kind of more of a bendy tail, and then these are actually jointed. You have joint here. His legs have what, 1, 2, 3. He's got it in his midsection. His neck is really nicely articulated. Hinged jaw, of course. God, he just looks great. God, let's keep it in focus. Yeah, he looks really, really good. I love the paint job on this. I'm usually not a huge fan of like the game versions, or like, you know, those kind of weird kind of extras, or, you know, like the brighter color paints. But this is a really cool idea. I do like the idea that they're going with the poster and, you know, kind of that kind of difference in there. And he does come with his fire effect here, which I don't know if is a new one or not. I do like the paint on it, although it does seem to have like a little bit of black kind of like, oops. Yeah, you see those kind of this weird black kind of flecks in it. So I don't know if that's, I don't know, just some dust that got into the mold or what. It's not too bad. I mean, it is right there, I guess, which is kind of unfortunate. I don't think it's on the surface. It might be. I don't know. But yeah, so, I mean, minor flaw there. But, you know, just like all the other ones, you stick it, just shove it right into his mouth. There you go. And it will stick in his mouth right there and stay. Okay, so now one thing that's cool about this is it is supposed to be a 3D poster. So if we were to take out the insert in the box, here you go. Okay, so let me move him out of the way. So as you can see, the box itself actually or the insert itself actually does come out, and you're supposed to be able to fold it. I don't think I'm going to do it yet because I actually have to get ready for work, of course. But what's cool is that you can put them on your shelf. Ah, damn. I'm sure it works better when you actually have it all cut out and stuff. But you can actually have this really cool 3D version of the poster, you know? So that's a really neat idea, you know? So you can kind of do, you know, you can have them displayed on your shelf, and, you know, a little bit something kind of extra. And that's just a really cool idea. The only downside is, of course, is that you are going to have to cut. You're going to have to cut your packaging up. So if you are an in-box collector, or someone who buys to resell, or buys something until it's worth something and then flipping it, you're probably not going to get to enjoy that feature that much. I mean, however, if you do keep them in the box, the window display does make it still work. I mean, not as good, but it's still there. But it's a really, really cool idea, and it's always nice. I mean, on one hand, yes, it is a reissue of a figure that we've already seen. On the other hand, a lot of people missed out on the 54, didn't get a chance to do it, or like I said, maybe you don't like that black and white dark color Godzilla and you want something that kind of pops a little more, then this is definitely going to do it for you here. It's a little closer to that's one thing that I actually didn't like about displaying the Monster Arts 54 version, was that on the shelf, unless I had my display lights on, you almost couldn't see him. You know, he kind of looked like a cartoon where his big white eyes would be glowing, like kind of glowing in the darkness, and it looked like an old Looney Tunes cartoon or something. So but yeah, this is really, really cool. I really, really like the detailing on him. I love the idea that you can display like the poster, and it's just that classic 54, you know, the 54 look that I mean, it is always highly regarded amongst fans, but a lot of, you know, maybe normal people will say like, oh, it's just a guy in a suit, it looked fake. Well, honestly, it looked pretty good, you know, especially for the time, and it's classic, and there's so much detail in that original suit. And so when you get a figure of it, and that's one thing I did really love about the 54 Monster Arts, was the detail on that figure really stood out. Like the sculpt was just incredible on it. Like they gave it like the NECA one is good. I mean, there's a lot of really great detail on it. Like I mean, they're not slacking on it at all. But the monster art version is really raised up and really kind of rocky looking and really does look like the suit. I mean, it's especially for the scale, it is really nice. Oh, he even has articulation in his hands here too. You might, with all the paint, I don't think this one's gonna move that well. I don't know, maybe something you have to mess with. But yeah, this is cool. I'm glad to have it. I'm really glad to pick this one up, especially since I did trade away my 54 monster art. But the only reason I even thought of doing that is because I knew this one was coming, and I did like this really kind of colorful classic look. You know, like I thought it was a really cool idea. So I think I was happy to kind of trade. Well, I wouldn't call it trade up, I guess, because I mean obviously one's a monster arts, one's a NECA, but you know, again, NECA has been doing an incredible job with their Godzilla figures in the last couple years. I mean, we saw with the 2019 King of the Monsters Godzilla how that was awesome. And truth be told, I've been seeing the Monster Arts 2019 Godzilla. I swear to you, whatever credibility I have, the NECA 2019 Godzilla looks way better than the Monster Arts Godzilla. Now, the Monster Arts Godzilla, the posability is going to be hands down better, of course. I mean, it's always going to win in that department. But as far as the sculpt detail and the paint was a huge difference. The Monster Arts one almost looks like they're going for that scene of when he's shooting his fire into the sky, and I really did not care for that as like the main base figure. And we all know that NECA's doing their version 2 pretty soon, which is going to be kind of that same paint job, that kind of dark color with blue highlights. But in their normal one, or in their first version, it's like a very, you know, true to life version. It's not stylized at all, and it looks like the Monster Arts really did go for the stylized look. Which, if I was paying, you know, that much money for that figure, I would not want it to be the only because of that one scene, you know. But something like this is cool, you know, when it's an homage, like a poster. Like one of my other ones, my Monster Arts, this is a poster version as well. So you can see I'm not averse to more of a stylized look with Godzilla figures. I think this is, I mean, they're both really cool. This one is a little more true to the poster style. This one's a little more like, oh, well, it's the poster style, but it still looks kind of realistic. So it's kind of apples and oranges, but it's the same idea. I mean, and it's so hard. I mean, of course, Monster Arts is incredible. Their articulation is awesome. Their proportions are always perfect. But NECA, NECA's bang for your buck quality every time, especially with Godzilla. Except for that Mothra figure, we've gone over this a million times. Rodan should be hitting the shelves the same time as this. These shipped out to stores this previous weekend. So this coming Tuesday, Wednesdays, you should be finding this 54 poster version in Targets, along with Rodan, and there's something else shipping, I can't remember, but this is the one I've been waiting for. Rodan, if I see him, I might pick it up and do a video on it, just because we've already covered the other ones, so we might as well finish it off. However, like I said, that Mothra kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. I unless that Rodan just looks awesome, I don't really know if I want to own it. You know. But this was a must buy. This was a must buy for me ever since they announced it. And I don't know why it took them so long to start getting them in the stores, but they should finally be hitting retail like Target probably this coming week. If you have a local collectible shop that is well stocked in figures, you might want to try now, because they probably got their shipments in earlier this week. So keep your eyes open for them. And let's see. Ooh, I got to get ready for work, so I better wind this down. But yeah, if this is another easy recommendation, another solid another solid release, Godzilla release from NECA, and you know, they really are on a roll with their Godzilla stuff. I really hope that they start. I would love for them to start making some other monsters. Like, my God, give me a give me a destroyer, or give me a oh God, Gigan would be cool. Let's skip King Caesar. He's not my favorite. God, you want to give me a Biolante? Give me a Biolante that doesn't cost $500, so I can finally own one. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. Got to get ready for work. But yeah, if you are interested in this Poster 54 version, I say buy it with confidence. It is really, really cool. The paint job is really awesome. Really does capture that style. The proportions are great. The articulation is good. He's a really nice, hefty, solid figure. And of course, you get this awesome 3D display if you want to display him with that. So yeah, again, till next time, guys, happy hunting, take care, and see you next time.